Welcome back, everyone. Our third ESL teaching strategy is student output. What is student output? Well, this is your student speaking English in class. I love the Malcolm Forbes quote, "Failure is a success if we learn from it." It's not that we want our students to make mistakes, but we want them to be comfortable enough in class to talk and try new things. They're trying to say new words and sentences, express their thoughts, and answer your questions. Encourage them to speak. For younger students, aim for 50% students talk and 50% teachers talk. For older students, aim for 70% student talk and 30% teacher talk. That's your goal. Why student output? Well, in traditional classrooms, it was all about the teacher talking and the student listening silently. Now, the focus is on student talk. The shift is essential because you learn much more when you're the one speaking and presenting. You retain about 90% of what you teach compared to only 10% when you just read about something. Therefore, having students do most of the talking is key to effective learning. So, how do we increase student output? Here are some strategies, especially for younger beginning students. Model and gradually release. Start with modeling 50-50 and gradually release the responsibility to the students. Their output should eventually become higher than yours. Wait time. When teaching online, wait an extra 3 seconds before jumping in with the answer. Students need time to think, process, and then respond. This can be difficult sometimes because 3 seconds can seem like an eternity. Watch. And then respond. Say, if you're trying to correct them, this is the best way to do it. It gives them a chance to think about it. If they're trying to read the word on the screen and they're struggling with it, let them look at it for a second, 3 seconds to be exact, and then interrupt and try to give them the answer. This lets them process it, not just you give them all the answers. If they process it in their brain and they sound it out, they're more likely to retain it than necessarily if you just give it to them just so you can move on with the reading. Full sentences. Consistently expect students to speak in full sentences. For example, if they say apple, you respond with, "I see an apple." Use your TPR. You can count out the words on your fingers. I see an apple. So we can also do it this way. I see an apple. The way they connect it with the words. Consistency helps students meet expectations and speak in complete sentences. Students with more experience in English lessons know this expectation and find it easier to speak in full sentences. Be consistent, even with beginners. It takes patience, but it's worth it. Now, correction and encouragement. Correct grammar, but don't discourage students by correcting everything. If there are many pronunciation mistakes, suggest reading English out loud every day and listening to audio. In a 25-minute class, you can't perfect every pronunciation. So, extra practice at home is essential. Provide this in your feedback to the students and the students' parents. You could even suggest audio that they could listen to. If they're in a country that they can't listen to YouTube, they do have other ways of listening to English. So, let's give an example of some student output, such as like teaching vegetables versus fruit. Okay, here we go. Vegetable. Good. Vegetable. A carrot is a vegetable. Good. Lemons. Good. Vegetable? No, they are not. Good. What is it? It's a fruit. Good. Lemon. A lemon is a fruit. Yes, good. Vegetable? Yes, it is. Good, very good. So notice my use of fingers like this. We're counting off the words to get the students to speak in complete sentences. If they just say yes, I might make a C shape with my hand, drag it across the screen, or pinch my fingers together and pull them apart to indicate that they should say more. I want them to say, yes, it is a vegetable. And you can count off the words on your fingers like so, touching your mouth or just out in the air while saying the words. For older students, extension questions are essential. For example, if you have a garden experience, you could try to explain the word garden to them by digging into the garden, digging. Have you worked in the garden? If they say yes, you say, at your home? There's different things that we can do to mimic different locations as well using TPR and modeling. If they say no, you shrug your shoulders. So we want to mime a little bit here. What did you plant? What did you see? And why? Many students live in apartments in cities and may not have gardens. So you could share a picture of your garden on your phone. Or if you're private students, you can screen share. I like to pull up Google and to do certain image searches. This can help them connect. Now, when students relate new information to something that they already know, real comprehension happens. So encouraging them to share their experiences fosters a real connection and reinforces learning. All right. Thank you for joining me for tip number 3 on student output in our video series ESL strategies. So I hope you found a nugget of wisdom to help you in your classroom. Make sure to comment below, subscribe, give me a thumbs up if this video was helpful. Now, I hope you can also share it with others in your community, whether they're new teachers or those looking for some fresh ideas. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. But before that, your task from today's lesson is for you to try it out. In your next lesson, or in your prep time for your interviews or teaching with a new school, I want you to focus on increasing student output. Use a specific activity to encourage students to speak more, and share your results in the comments. And our next episode, we'll do a dive into scaffolding strategies to support students learning step by step. Be sure to subscribe. You don't want to miss it.